Oh, hello. It's Wednesday, my dudes, the 30th of August, and we are in Southampton. Hello, welcome back to Richard Vlogs Disney. My name's Richard. I make Disney vlogs, obviously. This is Roberta.
I don't make Disney vlogs.
Well, you kind of get involved. Welcome to episode 1 of a new series of Disney Cruise Line vlogs. Today we are getting on the Disney Dream from Southampton for a 4-night cruise to Spain for the 25th anniversary of Disney Cruise Line, so we can get to experience all of that fun stuff. So obviously by the time this one goes out, I think actually all of the 2023 UK sailings will be done. So this isn't really going to be any help to anyone this year, but obviously the Dream is coming back to the UK next year. So if you are booked on a 2024 sailing and you're finding out where to go, I'm going to assume that it's going to be the same. So this is how we got here. So this is obviously Southampton Central train station. We came outside to this area here. There were some Disney Cruise Line people in this area. We booked a transfer specifically with Disney. So there are Disney Cruise Line people here and a coach. Obviously you can get an Uber, a taxi. I think it's about a 15-minute walk. I will let you know if walking is a thing, because I don't know what the pavements or anything will be like. We have a bus. She's beautiful. And welcome to the port of Southampton. We are at the Queen Elizabeth II cruise terminal. Bags have been dropped off just behind us. It is now 11:30, which is essentially our port arrival time, so we are bang on time. So hopefully we'll just be able to go straight through, check in and board. That all happened really, really fast. So, just to cover, bags dropped off when we got here. We got here bang on 11:30, which was our port arrival time. So we went straight in, checked in, we got given wristbands, and then we are on our way up. Oh, look at the state of my hair. We are on our way up to security now, and then it shouldn't be too long actually before we board. It's all been very smooth. It's been good. So if you're not a newcomer to the channel, you'll know that we have been on the Dream before. This is actually our 3rd time on the Disney Dream, but I'm still going to try and take you through everything as much as possible as if it was the first time, in case it is your first time, so you can use this to get as much information as possible for whenever you would go on any Disney cruise, not just the Dream, because most of the rules do apply to every ship. We are currently waiting. They're just boarding concierge guests now, so we are boarding group 7, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And then it's straight on and straight to Cabanas. Get me that American mac and cheese. And as always, skip the boarding photos. Straight on. I said when we pulled up on the bus, it's just really strange to see it here. Like, I just keep thinking that I'm going to get on the ship and then I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to be in Port Canaveral. You're not facing right now, but I have the biggest smile on my head. Oh, I can smell it. Hello. Hello. Can we be Richard and Roberta, please? Thank you. Hello. Hello. Oh my god. It's so good to be back. It doesn't matter how many times. It could be the first time. It could be the 100th time. Still.
Gingerbread house was here.
Yeah. I shake. I'm shaking like every time we get on. I'm so excited. It's so nice to be back. It's so good to be back. I love this ship so much. Anyway, right. So we are going to run up to Cabanas now. I say run. We're going to walk to Cabanas. I'm loving the 25th anniversary decals. I just keep expecting to look out the window though and it be Miami or Port Canaveral. It's really strange to be in the UK and also be walking down this corridor. For a port arrival time of 11:30, and we did arrive bang on 11:30. It really timed up perfectly. It's just coming up to 2 minutes past 12. So really good boarding experience, really good. If it is your first rodeo and your first time on a Disney Cruise Line ship, when you get on, the first thing to do is have some lunch. You have a couple of options. They'll normally open a table service restaurant. They'll open 2, one for concierge guests, one for normal guests. But if you come up to deck 11, you will find Cabanas, which is the buffet. and depending on when you get on, it will either be as empty as it is now or very busy. This is the kind of lunch you'll get at Cabanas, so if you want more of a sit-down lunch, that would be a reason to go to the other restaurants. But Roberta's got some pizza, some noodles, some mac and cheese. I got pretty much a lot of the same stuff. I did get some broccoli though, just to add a bit of green to the plate, because otherwise we were just dealing with various shades of brown and yellow. You can go to the sit-down restaurant and get like a proper a la carte meal from a menu if that's kind of your thing. Or you can also go to the pool deck and get like burgers, fries, chicken tenders and stuff if you want that as well. We always come to Cabanas, but it can get very busy, especially if you're on like a later boarding time. So just think about that. If you might want to go somewhere else if it's absolutely rammed, but we were nice and early, so it's very, very quiet. And obviously no meal is complete without dessert, so I went and got myself a pecan pie and an Oreo cheesecake. There were other options obviously available. I don't know if it's just because we were in such an early boarding group, but this is like the calmest Cabanas, like Embarkation Day lunch I've ever had. It's really calm in here. Normally, especially from like, you know, Port Canaveral cruises and stuff, it's rammed in here, but I don't know if that's just like to come. It could still be happening later, who knows. And we're gonna head out onto the pool deck. I had this very weird moment a moment ago where I almost kind of forgot that the whole ship was here. I was like, no wait, I can go everywhere. Like, I don't know, I just almost felt like I was just at Cabanas and that was as good as it was gonna get, which would still be great. On the pool deck you will find your drink station. So this is where you get your refillable soda. So soda is included in the cost of your cruise when you come up to deck 11, where we are now. There's paper cups there. I do recommend, and I have in my bag a reusable cup because the paper cups are kind of small and I like being able to come up, fill up my cup, and it kind of lasts me for a lot of the day. But that is all included. You just have to come up and get it. If you get room service, then there's sometimes some charges for drinks, so just keep that in mind. Towards the front of the ship we are at the Quiet Cove, and Richard's always favourite place on any Disney Cruise Line ship, Cove Cafe. We will be coming here every day to get coffee. Embarkation Day really is explore day. Like, it's a good opportunity to have a good wander around the ship, have an explore of everything. Today is the day that if you've got kids, obviously you can go to the kids club. The kids club's always on open house on Embarkation Day, and we'll go down there in a moment. It's a good time to look through your Disney Cruise Line app so that you can see what's going on when you're on the cruise. You can favourite activities so that it reminds you, and you can find out where your dining rotation is going to be, because it used to be when you got on, you got your little cruise card and it kind of had your dining rotation on there for you. They took that away during COVID because now you get your cruise cards when you get to your room, and also they don't have it printed on there anymore. So we are going to make our predictions about where we're going to be tonight and what our rotation is going to be. So where are we going to be tonight?
I think Enchanted Garden.
Okay.
Royal Table.
Yeah.
Royal Table?
Royal
And
Palace, Royal Table,
Palace.
Royal Palace, yeah.
Enchanted Garden, Royal Palace, and Animator's Palette.
And which one's going to be our double Royal?
Will be the middle one.
Yeah, okay, fine. I will go I'm going to bet that we have the same dining rotation we had when we were on the Dream last time, which was Animator's Palette first,
Enchanted Garden.
double Enchanted Garden, Royal Palace last. Let's open up the app and find out. Here we go, the Disney Cruise Line app, which may look kind of funny on your screen.
Garden.
So we are in Enchanted Garden first.
Okay, so I got on my plans.
Right.
Enchanted
Garden.
Garden, so I'm right. I got it right!
You checked.
I didn't.
You checked.
I didn't. Table 23. I got it right.
There we go. I feel like...
I don't win a lot in life.
So, Enchanted Garden tonight. Is it double...
Mickey's Pirates in the
double
Caribbean.
Royal Palace?
Yeah.
Double Royal Palace, and then Animator's Palette on our last night. Whenever you go to dinner on the last night will also be your disembarkation breakfast on the last day. So we'll have disembarkation breakfast in Animator's Palette on the last day, but we're not thinking about the last day now because it's the first day, and you don't think about the last day when you just got on. So this is the Disney Cruise Line app. It has information in here. My plans, and sorry if you can't see because obviously it's a screen. A camera recording a screen isn't always great, but certain things will always be in your My Plans. So your dinner, they've automatically favorited the sailing away party for us. But if you go to explore, you can look at daily activities and you can see everything that's happening, such as characters being out, like Minnie Mouse on the balcony in deck 4. All sorts of different things that you can do. When you see something that you like, you can press the little heart over here, and that's going to add it to your plans, and then you will always get a notification on your phone, and if you have a wearable, then that's going to notify you as well. Really useful. I definitely recommend going through the app, you know, the day you get on, have a look through. You can filter and everything on here as well, so the filters are up here. You can filter by age group or what the thing is it characters, is it trivia, is it all sorts, and you can just scroll through and start adding things to your plans, so you sort of start to fill up your days when you're on the ship, especially on a cruise like this where you've got 2 days at sea. So we have a day at sea, a day in Bilbao, and then another day at sea, and then back to Southampton. So when you've got days at sea, obviously you want to fill those up with some of the fun things that they put on the ship for you. So it's just a good opportunity to go through and fill up your time. Right now we are in Satellite Falls, which is at the very front on deck 13. Again, I say it for pretty much everywhere, but one of my favourite places on the ship, where you get to go and stand pretty much as much at the front as you can on the Dream. We'll do a little water check while we're here. Oh yeah, that is really warm. Okay, we'll be coming back here at some point. One good thing to talk about, or talking about pools, obviously we don't have our luggage anymore. It's been dropped off and it will arrive at our stateroom a little bit later. So if you do want to swim on embarkation day, make sure you bring it in your carry-on bag. I did say earlier that we would talk about if you wanted to walk to the ship from the station. You could. What's that line from Jurassic Park? You could, but you never stop to think if you should. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you would want to. It's quite a long way, especially if you have a lot of luggage. So just something to think about. However, you know, taxis, it's not too far. I don't think a taxi or an Uber would be particularly expensive. I think if I was going to come here again to go on a cruise from Southampton again, I'd just get an Uber. I don't think really you need the bus. Yeah. Yeah, it was just weird to see, you know, the Union flag flying on the Disney Dream. I will stop saying it soon, I promise. But it is just very weird to be here. It's strange. It's just strange. Honestly, watching movies on Funnel Vision is a massively underrated Disney Cruise Line like activity. I love just sitting out watching the movies on there.
The goal is to not watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I know the amount of things we've started to watch, and then we go, oh, let's go do this instead. But love Funnel Vision. We've come right down to the back of deck 13. This is where you find the sports deck for all your mini golf needs and a bit of foosball. I think there's some table tennis around as well. You also have the sports simulators, so the golf simulator and stuff inside behind me. That's like a bookable thing, so if that's something you want to do, make sure that you're booking that on your Navigator app as early as you can. I can't remember how early it is because I never do it, so I'll put it down somewhere with how many days in advance you need to do that if you want to do it, and that goes for all of your bookable onboard activities. The thing that keeps getting us is the smell, and if you've ever been on a Disney cruise, you know that there is a very specific smell on all of the ships, and we've never been able to recreate it, find it for sale online. So if you know what it is, please let us know. You know what it is.
Yeah, I told you some virus and...
There you go. Well, evidently I didn't know what it was, but it's just like, it's just Disney Cruise Line smell. It's just, it's the best. Welcome to another one of Richard's favourite parts on the ship. If you're, again, keeping count, I think we're up to my 4th or 5th favourite part on the ship now, which is the promenade deck. We're out on deck 4, just having a walk around. We're going to go back to deck 5, so up 1, because that's where all the kids clubs are. We're going to go and have a little wander around all of the kids clubs. I think we've been in all of them on the Dream before. I can't remember, apart from one, which is Edge, which is right at the front, because I've never been in that little they have the sort of bow of the ship on the Dream and the Fantasy, and I've never been in that little bit, so we're going to go there. And there's Minnie in her 25th anniversary outfit. How very sweet. So we've come to deck 5, which, if you've watched my vlogs before, if you know, has a very low ceiling. That's because this is where all the kids clubs are, so it's like a low ceiling to make the kids feel taller, which is a really sweet little thing. I just like that they do that. But we're going to have a look around the kids clubs now because they're all on open house. Welcome to Disney's Oceanear Club and our first little area, which is Andy's room. if you have any little ones that love Toy Story, they will lose their mind in here. It's very, very sweet. We also have our Star Wars themed area. They hit all of the big intellectual properties, including the Millennium Falcon cockpit. We even have a R2-D2. And then we have a Disney Infinity area, which I don't even know if they make Disney Infinity anymore. I feel like this area will be prime for redevelopment whenever the Dream next goes into dry dock. But either way, it's very sweet. And the Oceanear Club connects via this area to the Oceanear Lab, which is in front of us. So this is like an arts and crafts area. And this is the Oceanear Lab. And there's all sorts of fun things to do in here. Another game floor. Just, again, lots of arts and crafts like areas in here. Or if you want to be a cruise ship captain, this is where you can come and try and park the Dream. And just before the staterooms on deck 5, we have Pepes door, stateroom 5148.5. Just if you ever come on the Dream, you can call this phone number from your stateroom phone. So call Pepe. We'll do a bit of that later. If you do the detective agency game, which we will do, and if you've watched my earlier Dream series, you've seen us do already, you come here multiple times for clues. But it's just a really funny little... I love this little thing. So what was it you said on our way here? I won't have to fight anyone for merchandise on this.
No,
on this
spirit jersey.
You did say for a spirit jersey. You did specify spirit jersey. We just went for a little walk through the shops. Obviously, they're not open yet. 6 o'clock on your sailaway day that they were going to open. But how many pairs of ears did we see? 3 pairs of ears that we might need to come and swing through crowds to get. What are they?
Dream ones.
Right.
The Europe cruise ones.
Yeah.
And the 25th anniversary ones.
They've got you, haven't they? They got you with the ears.
Yeah, Mickey said, "Hey up."
Yeah. We've come up to the rooms because the rooms are open. We are walking past our very first room ever on the Disney Dream. You didn't even notice, did you? 8166. This is the first room we ever stayed in when we came on the Disney Dream. Hello again. But we are a little bit further aft of that. We are right towards the back of the ship. So we're going to go now because 1, I need to drop this bag. It's very heavy. And 2, I need to charge my phone because it's very nearly dead. And then we're going to, once we've sort of dropped all our stuff, had a chance, we're going to, go out. Here it is. 8180. Right, you got it? Nice musical beat there. Is that me? Thank you. Nice 25th anniversary card. Look at that. And welcome to 8180. So this one is, when I booked this, I specifically chose this room. It wasn't on a guaranteed rate, so I chose what was at the time the cheapest room with a balcony on the ship. So last time we were on the Dream, if you did watch that vlog series, you may remember we were in a family room with veranda. So it's a bit smaller, a bit sort of, I don't know the word, not as long, but realistically, there's 2 of us. What difference does that make? This is a family ocean view stateroom with veranda with restricted view. And I'm going to explain the restricted view now. Yeah, Roberta just stands here and doesn't let you look outside, like the restricted view. Do you want to open the door? Round, all the way round. And pull. So, this is our veranda. And so far, you may think there's absolutely nothing restricted about it. We're right towards the back of the ship. If I tilt you out, there's basically the bow just there. Okay. And then if we look this way, we can see the rest of the ship. So you're probably thinking, right, well then what's the restricted view? The restricted view is this. As you can see, the bottom half of our veranda is metal, and then the rest is glass. On the other verandas, on normal verandas, all the way from the railing to the floor will be glass. Towards the back of the ship, just for the way the ship is built, they have these like white walls at the bottom. The difference in price between this room and a normal veranda room was £250. So that's £250 less. Not bad, is it? New goodies. So for the first time since we started sailing with Disney Cruise Line, the in-room gifts, if you're a Castaway Club member, have changed, as have the lanyards. So here's your lanyard. Do your swap, because for the very first time, gold lanyard. I absolutely love these new lanyard designs. I love that it's got a little wallet now. I love the Mickey. Say hello to a gold lanyard. Thank you very much. I'm loving that. Over here we've got a silver lanyard. The last silver lanyard for Roberta. Show the Mickey. Yeah, these are great. I really, really like these. And then if we delve into like gifts, so gone is the Castaway Club silver backpack.
Riddance.
And say hello. This is really nice. I really like this tote bag. It's like a nylon, but the logo, it's like an embossed rubber. It's like really nice. It's really good quality. Really like this. That's really nice. I love the new gifts. So that's your silver gift. You get one of each gift per stateroom of your highest level member in the stateroom. So if the highest level member in the stateroom is Pearl, for example, you'll get the silver, the gold, the platinum, and the Pearl gift. Highest member in this stateroom is gold, so we get the silver and the gold, one per stateroom. This is, well, that's also really nice quality. This is a wet dry bag, so you can use this to keep things dry when they might get wet, or put wet things in it to stop everything else getting wet. But again, the fabric is like really nice, and I like the little logos and everything. Yeah, feel that. That's really nice. The old gifts were the backpack, and then for gold was like a luggage tag. These gifts are really, really good. They've definitely upped the gift game. They've upped the lanyard game. Like that very much. So it had to take about 20 minutes to charge my phone, because trying to record a vlog on a pretty duff phone battery at the moment. So, but anyway, even though we've been on the Dream before, I did promise I'd do a lot of things as if it was everybody's first cruise. So we're going to do a little quick room tour just so that I can show you all around. My first little room top tip is if you put on the map or the bridge view, you just get music. It's like the cruise version of Walt Disney World today if you go to Disney World. So this is pretty much what we have on all the time when you're in our room. But we'll go back towards the door and just give a very quick look at all of this. There's a good amount of storage in the Dream and the Fantasy rooms. So nice big amount of storage. That's obviously your life jackets. There's a safe in here if you need to, be safe. But that's a wardrobe. How much more do you really need to know about it? The main thing, of course, that everyone loves Disney for is the split bathrooms. So we've got bathroom 1 and bathroom 2. So shower in here, toilet in here. It just means 2 people can get ready at once, especially if you've got families. It's just good, obviously, to have all that extra space. Do they still have the H2O products? They do. They were supposed to be getting rid of these a very long time ago, but they are still here, and they must have had quite the supply, to keep going. So anyway, still on H2O products as of 30th of August 2023. We then have the bed, obviously, the sofa. This will convert into a bed. This pulls down. I'm not going to do it because it gets really heavy, but that will convert into a bed. And then we also do have the ceiling bed as well. So this room does sleep 4, even though it isn't a family size room. In here we have a fridge, which I've already filled with some root beer that I pre-bought with me on board. In here you have some pens and letters, more drawers over here, some storage over here as well. You know, if you are an unpacker, plenty of space to unpack. Nice big mirror. We've already talked about the TV. I really love this like stamp artwork. Hercules, my favourite. I sort of tried to promise myself that I wouldn't compare the Dream to the Wish, because the Wish was the last ship obviously that we were on, and I did the same thing when we went on the Wish. Like I promised myself I wouldn't compare the Wish to the Dream. You can't help it though, right? Like it's just, you do. I must admit, the certain bits about the Wish, now that I've come back on the Dream, I think are better. I prefer the kids clubs. It's just obvious because they're new, right? And they've just put a lot of money into the kids clubs. The rooms for me now are like 50-50. I used to think I was big into the Dream rooms, but now it's like 50-50. I'm really not sure. I just think that shows that all the ships are great. Roberta's using the phone because we promised we would show a little Easter egg that we talked about earlier. Right, so you dial 7, new call to put it on speaker, 7 for a room, 5148 for Pepe's room. Press 3. Let's hear him woo us. Because there's so many. Let's hear him woo us.
I would like to woo you, but I don't want to be wooed to you. Like rude. It's funny, okay? Who wrote this? Fuzzy Bear? Thanks for...
And obviously you can ring that and go through all of the different menu options. I think there's 9 different menu options. So just a nice little Easter egg. I don't know how many people actually will call that number. So yeah, anyway, as it's written on Pepe's door, call him, okay? So yeah, that was our room. We are now going to just have a little wander before we have to muster drill. I'm going to go and fill up my reusable cup. As discussed earlier, I always bring a reusable cup to fill up with like soda because it's just bigger than the cups they offer. And yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, and then we're going to go and look at Edge, because we couldn't get there before because you have to walk through a corridor with staterooms. So now we're going to go look at Edge. This is the like pool quick service on the Dream. So just through the pool deck you'll find Luigi's Pizza, the Tomato Grill, Fillmore's, sorry. So this is where you'll come and get, you know, food by the pool if Cabanas is closed. We've come and sat just inside the Quiet Cove area, just the other side of the wall from the pool quick service, and then we realised that we have sat in these exact seats, and then we were in Miami, which is nowhere near as glamorous as Southampton, obviously. But that was a much more stressful embarkation day because we had to drive from Orlando. We were very late. That was possibly the worst embarkation day I've ever had. This one has been much more relaxing and much better so far. I am a little bit intrigued as to what the ratio of Castaway Club members would be to non-Castaway Club members, with it being from the UK, and I definitely think they started to do these shorter cruises because there's 2 4-night cruises in this season, and then in next year, in the 2024 Europe season, there's a 3-night, 2 4-nights, and a 5-night from the UK. And I definitely think this is because of the success of the Magic at Sea cruises in 2021. They were obviously like insanely popular. The first thing that we could all really do post the dark time. So it's sort of, I feel like this is a reaction to that, and I'd be really interested to see if a lot of people have done the Magic at Sea cruise, so then come on here, so we'll see lots of like Castaway Club lanyards, or if a lot of people that maybe like missed out on the Magic at Sea cruises are now going to do this instead. You know, people that maybe saw it, didn't do it. It's just a really geeky thing to kind of want to pay attention to, but it's just something that I just sort of thought about. One thing Roberta just said that I didn't think about at all. Do you want to say your idea?
You could turn this into a baggage tag.
I don't know if you could hear that, but how you could turn the this into a bag tag, which is actually a really good idea. I didn't even consider it, but once you're done with your cruise, you know, put your address in there, and that could be your new baggage tag. So when I said we didn't get the baggage tag, which was the old gold stateroom gift, kind of did. Just have to, you know, be creative. So we were just getting up to leave our seat to go walk to Edge, and this one let out a sigh that if you have a dog, and you know sometimes when your dog just lets out those sighs, you're like, what could possibly be worrying you? And I said, what's the matter? And you, with the saddest voice, you just went, oh, I don't know what ears to buy. And I just thought, like, what the absolute, like, oh, the best problem to have, isn't it? So we've been trying to find Vibe, which we have now found. It's on deck 4, so the promenade, you come outside, go down here, and the entrance is along here somewhere. I've literally never been here before. I guess follow the arrows up these stairs. Oh, this is a Vibe. How good is this? And welcome to Vibe. They also get this insane outside area. My voice broke then. This is great. Yeah, can I be whatever the age group for Vibe is again? Like on the Wish, this is like the rainforest room bit, and I'd never been here on the Dream, so I didn't really know what was here, like where I was in comparison. But yeah, this is great. How awesome is that? I think this is for like the oldest age group, so this will be 14 to 18. Then Edge, which is in the front funnel, is for 12 to 14. I don't know, I don't really know the age groups off by heart, but if you are of that age group, so up to 18, this is great. This should be, I'm going to start a petition, this needs to be the Quiet Cove. This should be the adults area. This is great. This is like the best private area on the ship. They have some arcade machines in here. They have Guitar Hero that Roberto and I were just rocking out to. They have Pac-Man and Galaga machine. They have Nintendo Switch. I'm going to install one of these light tunnels in my house because this is like music video vibes. It is, isn't it? Like, yeah, I love it. Well, that's going to be added to some of my favourite spaces on the ship. That was awesome. Unfortunately, I am not of the correct age group to spend any more than just the open house there. While we are sort of in a bit of a gap, I think let's talk about Sailaway Party. So, if it is your first time on any Disney cruise, the Sailaway Party, you have to go. Even if it's your 6th time, you have to go. But what will generally happen is you go to your safety drill at 4. Sailaway Party starts at 4:30. So once the safety drill is done, bolt for the deck 11 or whatever the pool deck is on the ship that you're on, to get yourself a good spot. A lot of people will go back to their room and then they'll come back and it'll be very busy. So just go straight to the Sailaway Party. Make sure you take anything that you need to your muster drill. And then the other thing is, don't try and take the elevator because literally everybody on the ship is down on deck 4. So everyone is trying to get in an elevator. It's a lot of stairs, but just march up those stairs and you can get there nice and early and get yourself a really good spot. So we just had the safety drill. We just, churned up 7 flights of stairs, so that's added a good 5 minutes to my safety ring, to my move ring on the Apple Watch. But we're trying to get up to deck 12 to get a good view of the Sailaway Party. It does look like everybody has sort of got a space around the upper deck, so around deck 12. So we decided to stay down on deck 11.
And last, but certainly not least, Mickey Mouse!
Well, that was weird. I've never seen a Sailaway Party like go wrong before. They were like halfway through the party, halfway through a dance, and then all of a sudden the ship horn went and played A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, and after that I guess it just wouldn't, the music just wouldn't start again, so they had to like sort of get everyone off, like sort of like what's the opposite of introduce them, where you like say like let's all say bye to Donald and stuff, and there was just like no music, no audio, and then it kind of kicked in again for like 5 more seconds and then left. I don't know what just happened. That was kind of strange. We are sailing away as the song goes.
That's what Rose and the Titanic did. Enjoy Southampton.
So now we're sailing. It is 20 to 6, so we are going to go down to get ready for the opening of the shops. The shops can't open when you're in port for customs reasons, so they open at about 6 o'clock normally, but it does say outside. All shopping was mad. We'll cover all of this later because we're running kind of late now, so it is time for the Golden Mickeys. I love the Golden Mickeys. I love it. It's so good. We are now, well, really motoring. Can't really see. Let me turn you around. We are powering along. England is off that way somewhere, out into the channel. So we're motoring off towards Spain, but we are going to go back to our room now. I'll fill you in on all of the shopping stuff, give my advice when it comes to that kind of thing, and then we're going to get ready and go to dinner because it is, what is it again? Enchanted Garden tonight. I just remembered. Also, very quickly, we're definitely not in the Bahamas. It's freezing. I don't know if there'll be much sitting out on deck 4 in this cruise. Gonna have to put. Yeah, maybe when we get a little bit further south. We have come back to our room to more presents. So obviously, the usual evening chocolates, but this should be. Oh, you open it because I can't film and open it at the same time. Okay, let's open it. We have our Mickey print for the 25th anniversary. I thought it was just going to be a print. It's framed and everything. And it comes with a little certificate of authenticity just to confirm what it is. Look at that. That's awesome. We did, when we did, it was, we knew that there was one, and we actually thought it would be here when we got here, and when it wasn't here, we just assumed that they'd run out. Wouldn't be the first time that something had run out as part of like a celebration before we got to it. We didn't get the inaugural stuff on the Wish, even though we were in the first year, because they had run out. But it's there, and it's really, really nice. That's really good. He is also telling us that our clocks are going to go forward 1 hour tonight because we're going into Central European time. So let's talk shopping, because that was nuts. That was like the most nuts shopping experience I've had on a Disney cruise ever. Worse than the Magic at Sea cruise, and that was bad, but I guess also only 50% full, so that would explain why. We got down there 20 minutes before the shops opened, which, bearing in mind, we got there about the same when we went on the Wish, and we were the first people there. The line was all the way from Mickey's mainsail all the way through the atrium and like towards where that long corridor is, down towards Animator's Palette, if you know the ship. Basically, it's a long way. And it was just nuts. There was 2 lines. You didn't really know there was 2 lines. There was a line for Mickey's mainsail, and there was a line for Sea Treasures, which is like the other main shop. So basically, my recommendation, if you are going on your first Disney cruise, and specifically if it's a European cruise, is scope the merchandise earlier in the day. The shops aren't open, but you can see through the windows. Have a look through the windows, see what you like, and decide what shop you want to go in so you join the right line. And then really, if you are going to go shopping, you have to sort of prioritize the things that you want and the things you don't want, because there's certain things that are just going to go if it's like this cruise. Now, this specifically is for European cruises. When we went on the Wish, it was nowhere near that bad, bearing in mind that ship was new and still in its first year, so I assumed that would be like a nightmare, but it wasn't. It was very orderly the first day. When we went on the Dream last time, it was fine. I think it's European cruises, 25th anniversary. Everyone's trying to get that, you know, those very specific pieces. But that's for my first time cruisers. Definitely recommend go down there on the day. Get down there at least 20 minutes before. Even if you have to hang around for a little bit, just get ready, because you might have to swing some arms around. Ready for dinner. There's something going on in the... let's go to 3. There's something going on in the atrium. And he said Grand Hall. Okay. And he said Grand Hall. We're not on the Wish. But I don't know what it is. So we're going to go have a look at that and then go down to dinner. Enchanted Garden's down on deck 2, so we need to go to the atrium anyway. So it's like a character meet and greet / just drinks for the 25th. Yeah. So with the thing in the atrium, there was like free drinks being handed out, which I've never seen before. So obviously this is a bit late, because by the time you see this, most of that will, well, definitely from the European cruises sort of finished. I'm pretty sure the 25th anniversary cruise is finished soon as well. Anyway, so, but yeah, that was, we didn't really go, but nice event. It's dinner time at Enchanted Garden. Let's have a look and see how we got on with our private table request this time. Here we are at table number 23. It's not a 2-seater, there's 2 empty seats here, so we might end up with another couple, or we might not. I don't know how much you can hear me. I've taken my microphone out because I'm going to talk to Roberta while she drinks her Shirley Temple. Another pair of ears that we just managed to snag. So what's that, the 3rd of the trip? We've been on the boat for less than 10 hours.
No, but the gag is, I queued up and it was sold out by the time I got in.
The first time when we went originally, yeah.
So then I came back and they had them.
So you just had to buy them. At that point,
Because do you know what? I always say to myself, that's how I kind of try and make myself feel better. I just say, if it's meant to be, I'll get them. If it's not, then not. And they were there.
So it was meant to be. You had to. You just had to buy them.
And plus, Richard's getting them for me, so.
Exactly, apparently. So why don't you tell us what we're starting with?
I got the North Atlantic lobster ravioli.
Lobster ravioli. It is, I mean, it smells very good. And then we move on to the main course. This is the prime rib with double baked potatoes. That's a baked potato filled with mashed potato and some vegetables. And Roberta is working with the sea bass, which was a recommendation on a previous cruise from our waiter then, and it did not disappoint. I've already taken a bite, if you haven't noticed, because I got for the ice cream sundae. Roberta went for the signature dessert, which is the pecan pie, incomplete with 25th anniversary chocolate. Yeah, probably use a fork with that one. At dinner, they will come and use crayons to challenge you. And we have to move one of these crayons to make a square, and we've been staring at it now for about 5 minutes. Right, go ahead. He's good.
So, move one crayon to make a square.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
It was that. It was that. There you go. There's the
middle,
square.
yeah.
From a first timer point of view, I do have a couple of things about the restaurants. So if it would be your first time, one is go. Don't skip the restaurants. They're a big part of, one, they're free, obviously. Well, they're not free, you've definitely paid for them, but they're a big part of cruising, and Disney cruises especially, because you have the rotational dining, so definitely go. And 2 is really like to take the time to talk to your server or your host. So we met our serving team, so we have Argus and Anna Marie, and these people, you'll see them every night, and it's just really, and Ricardo is the head server. It's just like we just saw Salome, who was our first server on the Dream when we first came on the Dream. So like these are people that you'll remember
From the unseen vlog.
yeah, from the unseen vlog. But these are people you remember, you speak to them every night, and for us, like, we always feel really sad, like, saying goodbye to them. We did, and Wyan, our last guy on last server on the Dream, who we requested, and our server said that he went home on just before this cruise, which is a shame for us, but great for him because he's now at home. But yeah, so that's my my first timer tips. Take the time to get to know your host, your server, because you're going to see them every day, and they're just. I think it's nice to take the time to talk to them and, you know, just get to know who they are. I've come out onto our balcony to have a look. Lots of lights out there. Sorry for the wind, but we are in the busiest shipping lane in the world, so of course you would expect to see a lot of lights, and also some of it may be France. I don't know if we can see that yet. We talked about it earlier, but if you do go to Channel 4, this will get you to the bridge report, which will tell you how fast you're going, what direction you're going, your position if you work in longitude and latitude. You can also see other ships on the map. So obviously the Disney Wish is showing up right now. That's where that is. We are over here. The Disney Wonder is up in Alaska, and it will cycle through and show you where all the other ships are. And this is, for me, it's like the sitting on a plane and watching the map, which is, I hope I'm not the only person that does that. This is always on when I'm in the room, one for the music, and two because I just love watching it cycle through and seeing where everyone else is. We have come down to Evolution Lounge to play Snippets, which is a really fun adults only game show. In Evolution Lounge, I like that the menu, if I can open it, lights up. Look at that. Roberta is going for the 25th anniversary cocktail, which comes on this little bookmark that you can take home so you can make it at home. Basically, Snippets is like, they play a bit of music, you have to guess it, and eventually you go up and on the stage and start guessing bits of music. It's fun, it's a fun time.
Oh, it's your husband! You're punching me, I'm just saying. Right. Seinfeld is correct. Come on down, you crazy human. You're going to sit right here. Oh, you're mixing it up now. Okay, I'll just throw this away. Right, okay, that is correct.
And that's probably going to be kind of it for today, for this one. I don't know if these vlogs are going to merge. I don't know how much stuff there's been, so maybe it will be the end. Maybe it will just be like a transition into tomorrow. I don't know. You'll find out along the bottom. We will see you tomorrow, next week for you, tomorrow for us.
Or maybe on the same vlog for you.
Yeah, who knows. Anyway, bye! Oh, hello. It's Thursday, the 31st of August, and we are not really doing anything at all. Hello, welcome back to Richard Vlogs Disney. My name's Richard. I make Disney vlogs, obviously. This is Roberta, and we are not doing anything. Welcome to day 2 of our time on the Disney Dream in Europe. It is a day at sea. It is already nearly 11 o'clock, and we are doing nothing. We are sat currently outside Currents Bar. We've been down to Cove, we've got coffee, we've had breakfast, coffee, as demonstrated by my lovely assistant. And really, I think it's just going to be a really lazy day. It's the first time I've ever experienced clocks moving on a cruise. And so the clocks went forward an hour last night. My phone did it last night, at 10 o'clock. But then overnight it seems to have switched back. So when I woke up this morning, I thought it was an hour earlier than it actually was. But that has meant I missed a few bits and pieces that I wanted to do this morning, but that doesn't matter. There's no worries when we're on a cruise. This is the weather that we are sailing into, which is nice because it is pretty breezy and kind of cold. Sort of compare it to a bit grey behind us, very nice in front. If you had to be told, obviously Frozen is on Funnel Vision right now, if you didn't know where this song was from. We really have no plans. I wasn't joking when I said we're doing nothing. We have no plans. We've come back to our room for a bit. because, as I keep telling you, we have no plans. The only plan we have made is we're going to go and watch so it's Beauty and the Beast day for the show, which if you've watched any of my vlogs before, or the vlogs when we were on the Dream before, you know it is my favourite, and it is so good. But because it's a sea day, and it's Beauty and the Beast day, on a sea day they're doing a matinee performance, so there's a 1 o'clock performance and then the 2 evening performances that, you know, alternate with your dining rotation. We've decided we're going to go and see the 1 o'clock performance because it just means then our evening is completely free. We don't have to like rush down to see it later. So that's the only plan we have today at 1 o'clock. Other than that, I mean, this is the joy of sea days, right? Like, you just don't do very much, and that's why I love them. I had to record this for a moment because I just love this song. It's just about 12 o'clock, which means on sea days at 12 o'clock they sound the whistles like that. So if you do want to hear them, you haven't heard them before, make sure you're outside at midday on your sea days, and they will play normally through the whole repertoire of songs. The further through the day we get, the more it definitely feels like this is getting folded into yesterday's vlog, like a big Embarkation day and sea day vlog, because I'm really not filming very much because there's only so much that you can just look at us sitting on chairs outside. It is about 20 to 1, so that means the doors are just about to open for Beauty and the Beast, and that is where we're going now. It is still so good. The best show on any ship, and definitely worth coming on the Dream specifically for. If you get the chance to come on the Dream to see this show, just do it. Is it even a sea day if you don't do some kind of trivia? It's all going so well so far. 15. Somehow, I don't think that's going to cut it.
Anyone else for 20? Do we have a team name over here? Daydreamers, give it up for our Daydreamers! Congratulations, friends. You are walking home with a Mickey Mouse medallion today.
So we obviously didn't win trivia. Very much didn't win trivia, but that's fine. Another staple of a sea day is, of course, the Midship Detective Agency, which we are back on the case to help the Muppets again. The stuff I filmed today is so random and just broken up. I will be pleasantly surprised if I get 15 minutes out of filming today, but I guess that's what's happened. You know, that's what happens on sea days. Roberta has gone back to the room to get ready for dinner. I'll tell you one thing about having the matinee performance of the show and then not having to go there in the evening. It just makes the evening so much more relaxed. Like, the ship is really quiet right now because obviously half of the people are in watching the show and half of the people are in eating dinner. So the ship is just really quiet. It's quite nice to walk around. So we had a nice little walk around. We sat and we listened to some live music, which was really nice. She's gone back to get ready for dinner. I will go down in a moment, but I just wanted to come up on deck because, I mean, it's not really sunset yet, but it's bright, it's sunny, it's just nice to be outside. We've got dinner tonight in Royal Palace, so I'm looking forward to that. There's some really nice items on that menu that I really like, so we'll take you through that dinner when we get there. Other than that, it has been a very, very chill day, and that really is exactly what we wanted this cruise to be. It's dinner time. As we said earlier, we are at Royal Palace tonight. The napkins in Royal Palace are folded like little shirts, which is really cute. Obviously I'm going to mess this up in a minute, but before I do, it's really cute. So this is like a Disney Cruise Line staple. This is the deep fried brie. We then move on to the main course. This is my favorite menu on the ship. So this is the rack of lamb, but I couldn't help myself and also got the filet as well, because honestly, the food in this menu is my absolute favorite. Roberta's gone for the duck, which also looks great. I probably could have ordered 3 mains on this menu and been absolutely happy with them. And to end, we go with the apple tart. and Roberta's gone for the classic creme brulee. Today's task was 5 countries ending in L. We got 4 out of 5 ourselves. 5 we got, but with a big hint, which was there. Pretty easy after that, to be honest. I was actually going through in my head like countries, and I actually said one of them in my head and didn't say it out loud, so that's great. I like that they do this, so like we've been sat here for what, like 5 minutes not talking to each other, just going in our, trying to figure out countries. Dinner was very good. I do feel like I need to walk dinner off now, but there's trivia going on in D Lounge, so we're going to go and sit down for half an hour, and then maybe we'll walk dinner off. We lasted 4 questions of ultimate trivia before we realised we're not that ultimate. So we decided to come for a few laps of the promenade deck to work off dinner. But look at this moon. As always, I mean, you can't capture these things, especially using an iPhone as a camera, but it looks great. The sea has also got much calmer now. I don't know how bad the wind noise though is going to be on the microphone, because it's still strangely windy, considering that the sea is very calm now compared to how it has been for like the last, well, basically since we left Southampton. Tonight's animal is a crab, complete with more chocolate. I swear we never actually eat this chocolate. We just...
No, it ends up sitting on our drawers because it's Dove.
We take it home, yeah. Yeah, it's American chocolate, 2 it's Dove, which is like our galaxy, I guess. But yeah, we have a crab. After we finished dinner and after we had a little walk around the promenade, we went to Evolution for, what was the game shows? It was Majority Rules, and which is really fun. Basically, you split yourselves into teams. Every team has to get an answer. Whichever is the majority answer, whatever team gave that answer gets points. It's good fun. Then was Match Your Mate, which is like the sort of the premier adults only game show on a Disney cruise, where they get a bunch of couples up on stage and start quizzing them when like one of them isn't there. They like either put like headphones on one of them, or they take the other one to another bar and then they start asking them about each other and then bring them back. It's good fun. But yeah, we did that, and then that was kind of it for the day. That is going to be it for this one. And this has probably been a really long vlog because this will have been 2 days in one vlog. But tomorrow for us, next week for you, actually next week now, not continuation like I probably got wrong before, we will be in Bilbao, so make sure that you are subscribed so you see when that comes up. Hit like if you have enjoyed the vlog. Don't forget to do all of the the things that YouTubers tell you to do, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.
Bye.